house of mirrors, the seventh house. It represents qualities that actually belong to the self, but that we can't perceive without that mirror of a partner. Right. Someone who will show us that part of ourselves. And it's possible to be single and still be connected to our Libra selves, but we need to have some kind of an intimate relationship.
Right.
Friendships, someone who you trust completely and love unconditionally, and companion animals are actually wonderful for that.
Right.
Yeah, that they love you so totally, and they reflect how wonderful you are to yourself, and that's really what Libra seeks. And all the cardinal signs represent initiations, and it's a risk. Mm-hmm. And they say that most people, there have been polls done, most people would rather have a broken leg than a broken heart.
Wow.
A little scary.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot to say about Libra. I mean, it's so full, and it's on one level it's quite complex, because the more you get along the phases in the signs, like from the first sign to the second to the third to the fourth, the more ramified reality becomes, the more factors there are to consider, the more complex existence gets. But because Libra is opposite Aries is the simplest of all the vibrations. Libra is about releasing the complexity and opening to the simplicity again.
So what would a Libra mother be like?
A Libra mother would be a very caring mother, a very caring and committed mother, and that the child may well supplant the mate for a Libra mother. A Libra mother might be one of those. It might be one of those women who once the baby is born, the husband takes a bit of a back seat in her heart, and that can be very hard for a Libra husband. A family chart can be so helpful because what I can do with a family chart is take the charts of both parents and the child or children and do a group composite and see what this family needs. Does the family need parents that maintain their deep intimacy in a way that doesn't include the child? Is the child okay with that? Can a child handle having parents whose bond of intimacy is sort of outside their sphere? Does the family need group cohesion? Are the parents individual? Is the father going to have to adjust to maybe not having as rich of a sex life after the child is born? Or can they find a way to create that? It's different for everyone and different for every family.
The chart's so complex, there's so many different aspects of it that would, just because you're Libra doesn't mean you would predominantly have a lot of the qualities of textbook Libra.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to depend what house your Libra sun is in, and what the aspects are between that and other planets, and what your rising sign is. And people with Libra rising can appear to be more Libra-ish than someone with a Libra sun if that's hidden away.
I believe we sort of are born in the country and time that's going to serve our personal needs.
That's right. And with Libra, with the cardinal signs, even more so than the other signs, it does compel us to accept responsibility for our fate. I talked in the Virgo section about how astrology enables us to release our parents from responsibility for who we are, because we can see our childhood issues in the chart. They're very clearly delineated there. Power lies in the fact that we have that mapped into our being. Our blueprint will reflect our childhood experiences invariably.
Like, is there a certain point, like Saturn return when you're 30? Is there a certain point when you really can take the balance and the harmony and peace and bring it into your own childhood?
Well, again, there's so many layers of complexity. Like, for example, is Pluto in Libra? Would Pluto be in Libra in the fourth house? The the sign that Pluto is in. I mean, I
It's a
mentioned
lot.
Pluto because that
Yeah.
wherever Pluto's located, that's where our childhood trauma is likely to be found,
Mm-hmm.
right? And someone with Pluto in the 7th, which is the Libra house, or Pluto in Libra, their trauma is going to be around love. I mentioned the Saturn return, and that is what I think of as the age of maturity.
Yeah.
And
Reflection, sort of.
so the Saturn return usually is the time when we make a choice to get our life on the track that our soul requires.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, the life choices that we make are not always, but they might be in order to please our parents, in order to do what
Yeah.
we're supposed to do, in order to
Fit in at school, or
Yeah.
a job, or all the things that you need to learn.
we tend to operate on a program that may be unconscious, but when we reach the Saturn return, we start to take responsibility for
Mhm.
what we actually really want to do with our lives.